एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरख निरभउ निर्वैर अकाल मूरत अजूनी सैभं गुर प्रसाद। तन तन गुरु ग्रंथ साहब जी महाराज, तन गुरु गोबिंद सिंह साहिब सच्चे पातशाह, गुरु नानक साहब हजूर महाराज कृपा करनी। भूल छिमो हमरी प्रभापन भूलन हा कहाँ को मोस। हवाए बंदगी आबुर दर वजूद मरा, वगरन है जौक के चुनी आमदैन नमूद मरा। आउन दा की लाभ है अगर बंदगी ना होए महाराज। वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। We are to today discuss, talk about and have darshan of the 9th pauri shlok chant of Asa Ki Var. We will discuss or talk about what Guru has said in this pauri, this shlok. One of the key elements of this Bani is this one line which really hits us hard. नानक लेखे एक गल और हमें चखना चाक. What is this one thing which Guru says is at the key of all existence, is at the key of my transaction, communication of my life. And without this, it literally seems like a waste. This is home, ego. The relationship between ego and life is an important aspect to be understood. In the Asa Ki Var, it is explained very well. Home eho hukum hai, paye kirt phiraye. Home dirg rog hai, daru bhi ismaye. Kirpa करे जे अपनी ता गुर का शब्द कमाए. The relationship between Shabad and Hukum, Home, this is an important aspect of life which we need to understand. So let's start with this, the chant first of Guru Ramdas Maharaj, Asa Mela Chautha, हर अमृत भगत पंडार है, गुरु सतगुर पासे राम राजे। गुरु सतगुर सच्चा शाह है, सिख दे हर रासे। तन तन वन जारा वणज है, गुर शाहु साबासे। जन नानक गुर तिन्नी पाया, जिन तुर लिखत लिलाट लिखासे। वाहिगुरु जी। Maharaj talks about in the first line, Har Amrit Bhagat Pandar hai. Bhakti, Bhagat, Amrit, and then Guru. This is the triangle. Amrit is full in the Bhagat. The Bhagat is satiated with Amrit. The Guru blesses the Bhagat with Amrit. What is Amrit? We are all seeking happiness in this life. We seek happiness forever. Now, when we seek happiness forever, that means our happiness, requirement for happiness transcends death. So death is a key obstruction to our desire for complete happiness. Now, Amrit is exactly that. Amrit is happiness which transcends death, which is with us forever, unconditionally, and nobody can take this away from us. This is love and happiness, Anand, all put together. And the root for Amrit is also explained in Gurbani. The root for Amrit comes from the Shabad. All else, all other doors, all other directions, all other roads we take in life will never end in happiness. Because all happiness in this life is conditioned to certain terms. Even if I have found all the happiness I can get in this life, death becomes an obstruction. Then death will take away everything which life gives us. So whatever we get in life within our ego form will be taken away from us. And that happiness is actually not going to be happiness, it will be sorrow. So we need to understand this differentiation between happiness in this physical world and the Anand and Amrit which Guru talks about. That Anand and Amrit is unconditional. It's the state of being, the state of my inner mind. And if we go deep into Gurbani, we will come to a term called Unman. So the Man is described in two paradigms. One is the Man, which is the ego mind. Eman Shakti, Eman Syo, Eman Panch Tat Ka Jiyo. Eman Le Jiyo, Unman Rahe. The teen lok ki baatein kahe. Maharaj says that from the source, the creator, from the strength, the Shakti, comes the form of ego. From this, the five elements, the Man is born. This Man is dependent on the physical form. Eman Shakti, Eman Syo, Eman Panch Tat Ka Jiyo. Five elements, earth, water, air. This is what the body is formed of. That Man is dependent on this form. This is the ego mind. Eman Le Jiyo. When we go beyond this Man, then we enter the realm of Unman. Eman Le Jiyo, Unman Rahe. The Unman is the unconditional mind, which is not dependent on any condition, any form, shape, on any quality. Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Maharaj talks about Traigun te Atit, beyond all form, shape, form, name, Atit, all qualities of definition. Tateen lok ki baatein kahe. Then that Man, the revelation of that mind within me, exposes me to the knowledge of entire creation. So let's talk about this Amrit. Guru talks about this Amrit and says that this Amrit is with the Bhagat and it's in Bhandar. It's satiating him. It's completely fulfilled by it. And who gives this Amrit? Guru Satguru Paase, Ram Raje. How come the Guru gives this? This Amrit comes to us only when we are devoid of ego. So remember the condition of Anand in Anand Sahib when Guru Amar Das says, Anand peha meri maaye Satguru mein paya. When we meet our Guru, that's the only one condition. Then Anand is formed within us. Anand is revealed within us. So Anand is unconditional happiness, the state of being of entire creation. Everywhere, every part of creation is vibrant with Anand. We don't feel it because we have not understood it within ourselves. We have not understood that it is a part of us. Anand Roop Ravyo Sab Madde Jat Kat Pe Khujai. All creation is Anand. And within me and without me, inside and outside, everywhere Anand is. And I am not connected to that Anand. And we will talk about it, the reasons for that, as we go ahead. So Guru beautifully describes a trade here. He talks about a trade. Guru Satgur Sacha Shaho hai. Saho word comes from Sahukar, trader. He is the true trader, Guru. Sikh De Har Rase. And he gives the initial capital to his Sikh. Rase, his capital. What is this capital? Guru awakens the mind. Ji ke date pritam prab mere. Man ji mein prab naam chitere. In the Siddh Gosht, Guru Sahib talks about two roles of the Guru. Of course, there are many more, but I have internalized two of them, which I felt were very potent. Satgur ke janme gaman mitaya. When I meet the Guru, wandering ceases. And I get a new life. So Guru gives us a new life, a spiritual life, a different life from our life of physical body. And in the Japji, these two lives are described in the slok in the end. Pavan Guru, Pani Pita, Mata, Tart Mahat, Divsrat, Doi, Dai, Daya, Khele Sagal Jagat, Changiyayan, Buryayan, Vache, Taram Hadur, Karmi Apo Apni Ke Nere Kedu. This is the life of Karam. Karmi Apo Apni Ke Nere Kedu. In the physical world, the earth, water, air, these elements are our support system in the physical world. But Guru changes his gear then. And he says, Jinni naam te aaya, gaye mushakkat kaal. In this Dharamsal, or this place of earth, or like he likes to use this word, dargah, here, those who have entered the realm of Naam, Jinni naam te aaya, gaye mushakkat kaal, they are the ones who have really toiled. They are the ones who are really earning something fruitful. The rest is karam. As you sow, so shall you reap. What we have done, we will have to repent, pay for it. Have to get. So it's a trapment. So every karam, good or bad in its own way, is a trap, because every seed we sow, we have to also meet the results. We have to reap the results. So Maharaj says, Jinni naam te aaya, gaye mushakkat kaal, nanak te mukujle, keti chutti naal. The freedom, the real flight of life, the real flavor of azadi, the real flavor of bliss, of anand, is with these people who have entered the realm of Naam. And in the 30th stanza, in the end, he explains this. Pao khala agan tab tao, panda pao amrit tit tal. There is the amrit. When fear becomes love, amrit comes in our man, in our amrit tit tal. Kadiye Shabad Sachi Taksal. And this is the mint of Shabad. And what is governed here? Karam is governed in the first realm, which we talked about. Jinko nadar karam tinkar. This is the realm of nadar. So, in my understanding, these are the two realms we can exist in. Either we are living a physical life of karam, and we are living in karam itself only, or we live. While living in the karam, we live life of nadar. And there is, the strength of karam keeps reducing as we go along in the realm of nadar. Because that's a long story, but we talked about turiya, where there is no entity or form shape. Jagrat supan sukhopat turiya, fourth state of being. So Guru Maharaj says, Jinko nadar karam tinkar, Nanak nadari nadar nihar. They are the ones who are nihar. They have got amrit. They have got everlasting love, joy, pleasure, which cannot be taken away from them. No anxiety, no stress, no loss. The Shabad of Begumpura, Ab mohe khoob vatan gaya pai, this gives us the conditions of amrit. Maharaj says then, Tan tan vanjara vanaj hai, the trader is blessed. That trade is blessed. And the Guru is blessed. Hai Guru Saho Sabase. This is the congratulations to all three of them, because here is the culmination of entire creation. The entire creation rests on Anand, on love. It rests on celebration. Anand Paya Meri Mai. So Maharaj says, blessed are these three. They have revealed the creation's entire being of Anand, entire existence, so to say. Jan Nanak gur tinni paya, jin tur likhat lilat likhase. And those who have this written on their forehead, on their destiny, those who have this ordained on them, to them all this is revealed. Now the question will come, then who am I? Am I ordained? Is it ordained with me? Is it written on my destiny? I think this question needs to be answered in a different way. We need to understand the word pag, because how is destiny formed? And how do we become participant of this celebration of Anand and Amrit, which Guru talks about? How can I be part? How can it be written on my forehead or not? Is it my destiny or not? How can I know it? So there we need to understand how this is formed, how Bhagat Pagas are formed. Pag ke mein bande hai. So I will just take out some shabads which I had pointed for this purpose to keep an understanding. Har jan ke vad pag vadere, jin har har sarda har pyas. So ude pag bande hai. Those are the blessed. Those are the ones who have it written on their forehead, on their destiny. Those who have Shraddha, have love for the Guru, have love for the beyond, have love for understanding of creation, those who have enough inquiry to give a serious effort to try and explore this world in depth. Nanak bhag vade tina gurmukha, jin antar naam pargas. And those who have found naam, found love, who have gone beyond their ego. So this is an important aspect to understand. And in the Shabad ahead, this will be the core focus of this entire chant and pauri and shalok. Ego, home, and naam. Guru Sahib is in every line, in every Shabad, in every direction, trying to give us the direction of naam and man. So the man needs to be transformative. If the man is not transformed, then we have not lived the experience of Sikhi. And how is the man transformed, the mind transformed? How are these two aspects to be dealt with? The ego mind. We can call the ego mind the conditioned mind, the conditioning of the mind, what we have learned, picked up, put into our own mind, whatever we have imbibed, heard. That's the conditioning. And the other mind, which is no condition, which lives in Sahaj, which is our kar, nij kar, thir ghar, where Anand resides forever. So this is the inner psychology of the mind. The Guru reveals this psychology of the man. When man joins with Naam, it starts going inward. It starts going towards this celebration of Anand within us, without us. So, and in one more Shabad, he says, Kahe Nanak, jaake puran paak, har charni taake man lag. So, whoever is blessed is the one who has found Guru Charan, who has found the Guru, who has gone and met the Guru. Now, this can be a question. How, why, love for Guru, how do we do that? I think understanding of Bani and discussing Bani, we will come closer to that understanding. Now, moving ahead in this Shabad, Maharaj says, in this pauri, Guru Sahib is talking about education. So in the olden times, there was a tradition that when somebody went to discourse on spiritual issues, he carried spiritual books with him. And to show his knowledge that these are the books I know, these are the books I've read. And everybody would carry them. So if one would carry, the other would carry also. And whoever loses in the discussion takes the other's books. So this is this parable is talking about this tradition in India. And it was carried in land and sea as well. So if you went into a ship, you put it into a boat, and then we carried the books. So this is how a person claimed his knowledge, claimed his sense of knowledge by how many books he had and how many he took from the other. So Maharaj says, pad pad gaddi laddiye, pad pad pariye saath. So I'm reading and I'm carrying them on my, say, bullock cart, laddiye, lad dittiyan, carried them, and pad pad pariye saath. And we kept reading them, carrying them with us, and filling ourselves, pariye. Pad pad bedi paiye. So bedi is the boat. When we cross the river, we put all the books on the boat and we carried them across the river. Pad pad gaddi ek haath. And then we put them into a gadda, a bullock cart or a horse cart. Padiye jete bars bars. Padiye jete maas. Keep reading for years. Keep reading for months. As many months as you want, as many years as you want. Padiye jete arja. Padiye jete saas. And we read all our life. This is knowledge, facts. Guru Sahib says, read all your life. And read them in every breath. Nanak lekhe ek gal aur home chakhna chak. This is a potent line and very, very revealing about our sense of knowledge of life. I spent some time with a very learned individual, Sant Gyan Niranjan Singh in Patiala, in my young years. And he often used to say to me, read the book of the self. Important to understand how that will be. Well, Maharaj says, Nanak lekhe ek gal aur home chakhna chak. So here's the relationship between home, ego, and knowledge. Maharaj says there is one important aspect, Nanak lekhe ek gal, which is devoid of ego. If we know that one thing, then we have actually cracked the crux of creation. Guru Amar Das uses a very pleasing word to me, Tat Gyan. We have known the Tat Gyan of life, the core of life. Nanak lekhe ek gal. The rest is home chakhna chak. The rest will go away with the ego. And what happens to the ego? The ego, what will happen to it when we die? This whole ego is formed throughout our life with our efforts. Ego is like a boat in the river. It's given to us to cross the river. So how is ego formed? Liv chudki, lagi trishna, maya amar bartaya. We were connected, so to say, when we were in the mother's womb. Jaisi agan udar mein, taisi bahar maya. Like there is heat in the womb, so is maya part of creation. He says, karte khel rachaya. The creator has created a game. What happens to us at birth? Live chutki. The inner connection from our source breaks, and we come into the form of ego. We come into maya. If maya goes, then what is? If maya goes, then only creator is. So maya is part of the game. Maya is part of the structure in which we live our lives. If there is no maya, there will be no life. So ego transcends, ego transacts in the realm of maya. And ego is a temporary, transformative, always changing existence. It's not stable. Ego needs with it desire. So he says Trishna, Maya, Trishna, Home, these go together. If I don't desire anything in life ever, then my ego will be very less. It will only be limited to form of my body and other things. But if I desire more, the more I desire, the more stronger the ego will be. The more power I have, the more I want my will to be done. So the ego will be stronger. So Maharaj says, Nanak lekhe ek gal hor home chakhna chak. If we have understood that one aspect of life which answers all questions of life, if we've understood that one thing in life which if we have cracked, we've understood everything in creation. I don't mean only facts. I mean the structure of creation, my relationship to Creator. Nanak lekhe ek gal. What is that one thing? The rest is ego. So this one thing is not where ego is. So home name naal birod hai. Doi na bas ek thai. So it certainly is naam. Naam, if we don't have naam, then we don't have anything. We don't have anything permanent. We have all transient existence. Everything changing around us. Like Heraclitus says, man can never enter the same river twice, for it's the changing man and the changing river. Everything is changing. So like, if you remember the dialogue between Dastagir Peer and Guru Nanak Sahib Maharaj, the third question he asks, what does Creator do? Maharaj explains to him that he who is sitting high will be tomorrow low. He is today's, whoever is low will be sitting on a throne. So he takes away the power from those who are powerful, gives the power to those who are powerless. This change is constantly happening around us. We don't see it and observe it as starkly as we should, because it slowly happens. And sometimes doesn't happen for a long time for us to observe it. But change is the paradigm of creation, of life, which we know, the life of senses. So Maharaj कहते हैं नानक लेखे एक गल. That one aspect of life, if we have not lived, then everything is ego. And what happens to ego at death? It gets shredded. I cannot carry my identity beyond death. The only thing I carry is my karma, the baggage which I created. Kot janam ke dukh gavayo. Unfulfilled desires, habits of past lives, past time, this is all being carried in our man, as a note. That we can carry, or we carry naam. Naam is that aspect of life where we find peace, love, joy, stability. We find sahaj, we find visram, rest, where non-doing is the governance, not doing. So doing and being. So here's the being. Without doing is being, where there is a fulcrum, where everything rotates around it. So Maharaj says, Nanak lekhe ek gal or home chakna chak. The rest is all home. It's within time, space and form and cause. It will go away in this life. We cannot carry it with us. So it's not permanent. So what does Gurmat do? Gurmat gives us an experience of life without making that life experience as my foundation. It gives me the freedom to live my life and yet not be dependent on it as my foundation. मैं उन्हें भोगदा हाँ, पर वो मेरा आधार नहीं है. I live it, but it's not what I'm dependent on. So why? We all know and find a ras in life. We have to find some attraction, some ras to be able to exist. So somebody finds it in money, somebody finds it in relationships, somebody finds it in power. Whatever we find, whatever we define as what we like or we want, that becomes our energy system, which makes us live this life. Now, if we are getting ras from only the physical world, then we are dependent entirely on the physical world. The moment the physical goes away or it changes, that sukh, that ras will go away. There is a word which Guru Sahib uses, atam ras. A ras from our soul, from our spirit. Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Maharaj says, atam ras ja janiye, so hai khalis dev. Prabh mein, moh mein, taas mein, ranchak nahi na ped. One who knows the ras of Atma, he is Khalsa. Between him, me and Nirankar, the Creator, there is no difference. What a sublime way of talking about love of Creator. love within our soul, Anand within our spirit, spirit-born people are dependent on the spirit of the Atma. They have revealed within themselves the Anand within the Atma. And that is found with the Guru. Because we cannot go beyond the ego without the Guru. We only know ego as our life. There is nothing else which we know of. So we don't know how to leave this ego. The Guru Sahib says, Home Shabad Jalai. If we have to go beyond ego, Nanak lekhe ek gal. This is going beyond the ego. Then we have to enjoy the Shabad. Find Shabad as our companion. Shabad as our guide and Guru. Shabad as our fondness for love. Shabad as our Amrit. Amrit Bani har har teri. Sun sun jeeva, paramgat meri. So Maharaj says, Nanak lekhe ek gal aur home chakna chak. He's saying education, if lived only for the understanding of knowledge of within the ego, is not really material in the long run. It can help you in life. Having a knowledge of physics can help you make a dam, it can help you make a bridge, it can help you make a boat. Fair enough, that's part of life. But it will not help you understand Creator and creation and the source of your love within yourself. It will not connect you to your inner source, your Atma. It will not connect you to the Anand, unconditional happiness. So Guru never stops us from living the physical world, the senses world. But he says, while you live it, be free of it. Jaise jal mein kamal niralam murgai ne saane. Surt shabad pav sagar tariye Nanak naam bakhane. It's like a duck in water drowns in water, doesn't get wet with it. Like a lotus flower is always above the water, never drowns in the water. Surt Shabad Pav Sagar Tari. So is the world of Surt and Shabad. If you have understood Surt, if you've understood Ekagar Man, Prabh ki ustat karo sant meet savdaan Ekagar chi. Ik chit, not dual mind, no moving mind. Ekagar Man, ਧਿਆਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਨ. ਜਦੋਂ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜਦਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਹੈ. We meet the Guru when one mind meets the Shabad. So when we say we do part every day, but we don't find the love, the reason is our mind is wandering. Like in Guru Nanak Sahib's case, when you remember the person who said, do namaz with me, Maharaj. And Maharaj said, surely. And while he was saying the namaz, Maharaj didn't recite the namaz with him. And then he says, but you said that you will recite namaz with me, you didn't do it. The Maharaj says, but you were in Kabul buying or selling horses. What namaz were you reading? If your mind is not present in the Shabad, then the experience is not there. My mind is where my experience is. If my mind is worried about some work, if my mind is worried about some issue, if my mind is thinking about something else, then it's not in Shabad. If it's in multiple places, then it is not possible to have that mind connect to Shabad the way it should be. So the experience of Shabad doesn't get revealed. Kadiye Shabad Sachi Taksal. So in the 88वीं pauri, Maharaj explains this. Aaron mat ved hathyar. Aaron is the blacksmith's anvil on which he hammers and transforms. So it's the goldsmith here, but the anvil, the stable mind on which the Shabad then hits and transforms. Aaron mat ved hathyar. Ved is the Shabad. So ਜਦੋਂ ਧਿਆਨ और शब्द जुड़ेगा तब मन की ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन होएगी. When mind meets the Shabad in Ekagar form, the mind will get transformed into Amrit. Then Maharaj says, he explains further, Lik lik padya. The more we write and read, Teta kadya, that much more kadya, like when we make some food, we keep boiling it, so it kadda, it becomes thicker and thicker, less water in it, more rigid, less flexible. The more flexible in life we are, the more easier life transformation will be. The more we have read, we have hardened ourselves more with ego. So the issue here is, if knowledge is going to transform my ego to be a stronger, more firm, more expressive, more angry, more hating personality, then I will not be able to understand the actual core crux of life. I will dominate. I will want to create my love of the other's hatred, create my love, my happiness out of others' sorrow. That's what more powerful people do. Sadists, masochists, these are the two forms in the modern psychology. Either you punish yourself or you punish the other. But this is the ego realm, not the realm of another. Maharaj said, Teta kadya, so that much more rigid you will become.